All right, it is day 23 of the Aquarius Experiment. I'm Sara Waggle, astrologer and leadership coach. So we talked a lot the last couple of days about getting grounded, connecting to your root chakra, connecting to your security, your sense of security, your sense of balance, and things like that. When is a good time to actually apply these practices? Anytime when you wake up in the morning. Because when we are dreaming, when we're sleeping and we're dreaming, we're off in the subconscious. So getting grounded when we first wake up to kind of reconnect with that human body. In fact, before you even get out of bed, if you take a minute while you're still laying in bed to connect with your physical body, breathe in, do some deep breathing, really feel yourself reconnecting with your physical self. That's always a good time to do that. I also have the Virgo season tea going on today. So the tea tasting videos will be coming up on TikTok and YouTube. When you have been upset, and I'm refraining from using the word triggered because I'm kind of sick of the word triggered, because we all get triggered. It happens. We all get upset over things that, specifically things that we thought we had healed from, inner emotional wounds that we thought we had dealt with. There are layers to those wounds that constantly resurface. It's kind of part of your makeup. It's part of your astrology, your natal chart, is that those wounds will continue to resurface. And so, we can heal and we can learn how to manage the wounds or the upset situations better. And this is one way to do that, is reconnecting with your physical body. That's why I'm spending a lot of time talking about the solar plexus and the root chakras. Not that the other chakras aren't important, but a lot of us, honestly struggle to connect with specifically our root chakra, but even our solar plexus chakra. And this being Virgo season, now it's perfect. Because the solar plexus is your gut, your belly. It's all about digestion. Virgo rules digestion. And then the root chakra is just important in general to remind ourselves that we're safe and secure in our physical body, kind of like feeling good in your skin, things like that, feeling good to, feel into your body. So anytime you've been upset over a situation, I was doing a lot of grounding work yesterday and into last evening as I'm moving through some disruptive issues in my own life. Anytime that you feel like you're disconnected, like you're like, why am I like mind spinning out of control? How come I can't get a grip on my emotions, get a grip on the situation? Like on it, like kind of like if you're I want to say like throwing a temper tantrum, like, which is completely normal, right? Like we, even as adults, we throw temper tantrums. It's completely, it's normal, and we need to normalize it. But if you're feeling like you can't get a hold on your emotions, it's a good time to get grounded, to get centered, to get balanced with your root chakra, with your physical body, and those sorts of things. So if you feel yourself like losing control, like, and Virgo is about control, and there's nothing wrong with that. But if you feel like you're losing control and you need to get control of a situation starts with getting control of you, your physical body, your emotional body, all of those sorts of things. Then you realize that the things that you can do to control the situation, you've done it, you've executed it. And then there's the parts that you can't control of a situation, right? I've used the example of like the power going out or the internet going out, because these are first world issues, right? And like the power goes out, right? And you're like, okay, now what? Internet goes out, now what? And maybe you have a freak out moment because you were in the middle of a project, you were in the middle of working on something, so you have a freak out moment. And that's okay to have that moment, but then reconnect with your physical body and feel into your gut, feel into your root chakra, and be like, what can I do about it? Not a damn thing. Can I go to a Starbucks or a coffee shop or a library? Nope, those aren't an option. Or do I even have the desire to pack everything up and go to said location so I can get internet and electricity? Nope. Okay, so I'm gonna move on to doing something else. Oftentimes the universe presents us with things like that to show us, number one, how reliant we are on them, but number two, to give us an opportunity to explore other options, to give us an opportunity to feel into or lean into other options. So things like that. So those are just a couple of examples of when to really connect with your human self, your grounding practices, things like that. You really want to feel into your body no matter what you're doing, what practice you're using, because I've talked about me with the crystals, and yeah, I've presented a lot of crystals here because I feel like they would resonate with other people. They don't necessarily resonate for me. I'm more of natural, like oils or going outside or exercising or cleaning my house, like those sorts of things actually help me get grounded. They help me to stabilize and to feel balanced. So that's why I'm calling this the Aquarius Experiment, because you have to experiment with things. And by the way, I was very resistant to my grounding practice being about cleaning or doing the dishes or laundry, even though those are like literally the best things for me. I was resistant to those things. However, the more I resisted the things that actually helped me or supported me, the more scattered, the more emotionally unstable I would be. So now, particularly since I was traveling a lot as a nomad and staying in other people's homes, and now that I have my own place, I get it now. So this work works if you work it, right? It doesn't work if you don't work it. You have to be intentional to actually work the work, right? So having a support coach or something like that, or an astrologer or a spiritual guide or mentor can be very helpful, because sometimes we have to be reminded to do the things we most resist doing, right? Some of this work is not meant to be about comfort. It's meant to be about what actually serves and supports your physical, emotional, and spiritual bodies. We're having those bodies working together and connected will actually support your growth, right? I can tell you today that having these spiritual practices is why I'm able to show up on video today for this video, for a tea tasting video, and ultimately your sun and rising signs, which I'm about to do. Know that I put these things into practice in my own life and in what I'm doing and how I'm able to continue to show up and do the work that I do. So anywho, little personal, but hopefully that's helpful. Again, this is all about experimenting and trying different ways and different practices to see what actually works. And sometimes you have to do the things you least want to try, because that might be the thing that actually serves and supports you reconnecting with yourself. So thank you for tuning in. This was day 23 of the Aquarius Experiment. Do check out Moon Astrology Tarot on YouTube, the sun and rising signs, which I'm thinking at this point will be posted by Sunday morning over on my YouTube, if you're not watching this on YouTube. And of course, the Zodiac tea tasting will be coming up this weekend, and all of the things. So thanks for tuning in, and I'll talk to you next time.